The Pope's new army? A few crusty bitches and a handful of ragtags?
I know, Bill. You swore this was a battle between warriors, not a bunch of Miss Nancys.
Welcome to the Top Celebrity Stories YouTube channel. Let's talk about the top 8 method actors today. It's not focusing on their performance, but on their method approach to acting. You'll love Heath Ledger, the Joker star who locked himself in a London hotel room for the role. Before we go into the top 8 method actors, let's know more about method acting. So, what is that? Method acting is one kind of acting that is classified as a discipline, since it calls for actors to possess unsurpassed levels of devotion and endurance and unrivaled levels of performance talents. Method actors are artists who have allowed themselves to become consumed by their roles. These roles require an unprecedented amount of expertise, research, and audacity to bring to life while in front of the camera. Method actors go beyond acting to study the characters they portray and strive, at least temporarily, to become the characters themselves. This is done in the context of the study of the characters that they portray. These performers dedicate a significant amount of time to investigating the idiosyncrasies of the parts they are tasked to play.
The gods will use you, but they will not help you.
As a result of the fact that not every performer subscribes to this particular school of acting, there are only a select group of illustrious actors who have successfully incorporated method acting into some of their most successful movie productions. In honor of the most talented method actors in the world, we will be paying tribute to them today. Although only a handful of these performers are credited with popularizing the method, the rest have included it in at least some of the more accomplished performances they have given. Without further ado, let's look at these 8 method actors. Number 8. Robert De Niro.
I'm standing here. You make the move. You make the move. It's your move. I'm trying you.
Robert De Niro, a professional actor who studied at the Stella Adler Conservatory and Lee Strasberg's Actors Studio, is widely regarded as one of Hollywood's most prominent exponents of method acting. Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver and Jake LaMotta in Raging Bull are the pieces of evidence. He also shed 30 pounds and trained with firearms to further establish Bickle's violent nature. It was just a matter of time until history repeated itself. Number 7. Christian Bale.
Do you feel fulfilled? I mean, in your life?
I guess I do. For a long time I was too focused on my work, but now I've really begun to think about changing myself, you know.
One word that comes to mind is meticulous. Christian Bale's career started when he was 12 and starred in Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun. It has been widely chronicled, as has the Welsh actor's frequently rigorous and transforming the approach to acting, which has helped solidify his status as a cultural icon. On the more extreme side, he shed 62 pounds, for his part as insomniac Trevor Resnick in The Machinist, which led to a lengthy adventure. The only reason Bale stopped pushing himself farther was the crew's legitimate fears for his health.
Is someone chasing you?
Not yet. But they will when they find out who I am.
Number 6. Natalie Portman.
How could I ever trust you? When I've seen how you've betrayed first your wife, now my sister.
The father of method acting. Everyone said about her. Thought that to inhabit a role fully, an actor must find parallels between their own lives and the circumstances of the character they are playing. In the end, Portman advanced a great deal farther than before. The actress started preparing for the part over a year in advance, devoted several hours every day to training with a professional dancer from the New York City Ballet, swimming daily, and even cross-training.
Stop. How about I danced the Black Swan for you? Leave me alone!
Number 5. Adrian Brody.
The blonde? You remember her? The one who couldn't act. She was in your last picture.
That's a low blow, Jack. I learned my lesson. There's not gonna be any funny business.
Whatever you say, Doc. Keep her away from me, all right?
Brody retreated from public view for many months, to undergo a rigorous preparation process. He downsized to the barest essentials at this time, having abandoned his residence, sold his vehicle, and severed ties with his girlfriend. The actor went on a strict diet, to prepare for his role as Spillman, and lost 30 pounds, all at Polanski's urging so that he could play the piano for 4 hours every day, and feel what it was like to be hungry. Brody's performance earned him the Academy Award for Best Leading Performer, and he remains the youngest actor to win the award. You need to hear from him directly, to determine whether it was worthwhile.
Was werden Sie eigentlich tun, wenn das hier alles vorbei ist?
Ich werde wieder Klavier spielen. Im polnischen Rundfunk.
Sagen Sie mir Ihren Namen?
Number 4. Daniel Day-Lewis.
I love you, Eileen.
And I love you, Christy.
No. I really love you.
Method acting has followers, like any other theory. It takes devotion and enthusiasm for one's trade. For my left foot. He stayed in a wheelchair and was spoon-fed by crew members, to feel cerebral palsy's hindrances.
Stop!
He spent 6 months in the bush learning, to catch and skin animals, for their Last of the Mohicans. In Gangs of New York, Day-Lewis stayed in character by wearing a costume of period-appropriate materials. The actor contracted pneumonia due to the weather, and rejected period-authentic treatment, claiming it was part of his character's shift.
On my challenge! By the ancient laws of combat, we are met at this chosen ground to settle for good and all!
Number 3. Hilary Swank.
If he was a guy, I might even want to fuck you.
You mean if you was a guy, you might even want to fuck me?
So you're a boy? Now what?
In Boys Don't Cry. She played transgender Brandon Tina, and lived as a male for a month to prepare. She bandaged her chest, deepened her voice, and dieted to attain authenticity. She refused to change costumes on site. In $1 Million Baby, she gained 19 pounds by boxing 6 days a week. She got a life-threatening staph infection from a blister on her foot.
No. What do I do about the bear?
You know, just step into the outside and hook into the lever, get it in, and just keep sticking. You hear that?
What about the red?
Just keep yourself.
Number 2. Marlon Brando.
And you are the queen of the Nile, sitting on your throne, swilling down my liquor, and you know what I say? Ha ha!
When it comes to method acting, he was the first gangster. James Dean praised Marlon Brando's acting skills, especially in A Streetcar Named Desire and On the Waterfront, long before he became an American icon after just 3 films. The Omaha native trained under the legendary Stella Adler in New York, and had 4 Oscar nominations, winning 1, before method acting was well known in the United States. Films like The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and Last Tango in Paris would follow later, and demonstrate that Brando was the boss of his day. Number 1. Heath Ledger. Here is the winner, Heath Ledger. Don't know him? It's impossible. The character of the Joker, made famous by Heath Ledger, has been recreated 3 times for live-action movies, and each time the actor has brought a fiery intensity to the part. To prepare for the role, Heath Ledger spent a month alone, in a London hotel room, keeping a journal and trying out several voices. Despite the sad nature of the part, his performance exemplifies the creative advantages of method acting via organically produced quirks and surprising eccentricities. So cool. The astounding work that this Australian great turned in during his career, particularly in films like Brokeback Mountain and The Patriot, will ensure that he is never forgotten. However, because of his performance, as the multifaceted Joker in Christopher Nolan's film The Dark Knight, Ledger attained immortality in the truest meaning of the word. Not only did he ensure that Joker became possibly the most popular on-screen villain of the 21st century, but he also accomplished so with the performance that many people considered to be one of the finest by any actor who has ever appeared in a feature film. He did both of these things.
It's a funny world we live in. Speaking of which, you know how I got these scars?
No. But I know how you got these.
There you have it. The top 8 method actors. We have Robert De Niro, who trained with firearms, to establish Bickle's violent nature further, until Heath Ledger spent a month alone in a London hotel room for role preparation. So, who are your favorite method actors? Why do you love them? Or maybe you know other method actors that we haven't mentioned? Share your thought in the comment column below.